हेलो सारिਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਸਤਿ ਸ਼੍ਰੀ ਅਕਾਲ। ਅੱਜ ਦੀ ਵੀਡੀਓ 'ਚ ਮੈਂ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਇੱਕ ਲੈਟਰ ਪੜ੍ਹ ਕੇ ਸੁਣਾਉਂਗੀ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਮੈਂ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਲਈ ਲਿਖਿਆ ਐਂਡ ਇਹ ਸਾਰਾ ਇੰਗਲਿਸ਼ 'ਚ ਹੈਗਾ। This video will be raw. I'm gonna basically read the letter because I will forget all the things whatever happened in this year to myself while looking back in 2020 and what happened, because a lot of you guys asked me many times how I do keep myself motivated. Written down everything that I went through, so I wanted to share it with you guys. If you are interested to know more about me, then keep on watching. Okay. Alright, so I'll read the letter to you guys. I started the year 2020 with qualifying for YouTube program with hope of getting PR in my early 2020 month. Plan to move to a different city. I plan to consistently post my content on YouTube so I can help you guys. Also, I can hit my threshold as well for my YouTube, but things started going to opposite direction. Didn't go the way I wanted. I'll explain what happened. So the first thing that happened in my 2020, for a job, I was in severe anxiety. It's very funny because the day before I lost my job, I was like finding ways, how do I quit my job? I mean, it's good that I lost my job, but at the time I didn't know that it's gonna be good for me. And isn't it always like that? Like whenever something bad happens, we always don't know if it's for a good or bad. So similarly, I didn't know that it is for my good reason, it's gonna help me. I didn't know at the time, but when I lost my job, I was in severe anxiety. I was like, how would I pay my bills for my next month? What would I tell my parents? Because I was like, what am I gonna tell my parents, and what if like I cannot get my PR because I lost my job? In 30 minutes I was crying, and I didn't know what to do. All the question came to my mind. I was like, how I'm gonna survive in Canada? And look at me, I am surviving and thriving. And I'm gonna tell you all that happened. Mind you, I didn't tell my parents for a week that I lost my job because I was so worried that if I tell my parents, what will they feel and how would they react. And I didn't tell my parents until I was sure that I can apply for EI. I didn't even know that there's something called employment insurance in Canada. First thing I checked is my bank account, and I checked how much I'm spending every month, so how much I need to survive. Saw that I was spending $400 to $500 on Uber Eats just to eat food every day or every other day, because I was not cooking much and I was only eating junk foods that wasn't giving me any energy. And that was the one reason I was like always tired and no energy and stuff. So then I called my friend and I told him, his name is Hitesh and his wife Jennifer, and I called them and I told them what happened, and they said like, oh, you can apply for EI. And I was like, what if I don't qualify for it, and I don't know if I qualify for it and stuff like that. But I figured out in a week that I can apply for it. And then I told my parents, and then I made a video about it as well, and I posted on YouTube. And I know if you have watched that, when I lost my job, I mean, I didn't give any reason because there was no reason. It happens in Canada. Like you can lost a job without even any problem. Even you're working so hard, you can lose your job. You don't need a reason to lose your job. They can just lay you off whenever they want because it's their company and they want to look at their profit and loss and stuff. In March, things started to change again. I was like, okay, in the meantime, I'll just create more videos and post for you guys. Maybe it's a good time to, you know, grow my YouTube. My laptop just didn't work, and I was without my laptop for 3 months where I can edit my videos, so I wasn't able to post my videos. Everything was closed for 3 months. Nobody knew what's happening. Nobody knew what is COVID and all that. And I was like, okay, now what do I do? That time I was focusing on reading news, watching how many cases are increasing and all that. I'm sure we all did that. And I was so frightened in the beginning stuff and didn't know what to do. Then I figured that it's not going to do any good for my mental health because it was all negative. Nobody was saying any positive. It was all like random videos. COVID is increasing, and it's like, ugh, so bad. And I went to Walmart and I bought so many of the tablets like Tylenol, Advil, cough syrup. I was like, this is the end. Maybe we're not gonna have any medicines. What if I got cold, and what if I got COVID, and how I'm gonna survive and stuff. I didn't even know what to do, and that was just a disaster. And on top of that, roommates were freaking out as well, and I was like, don't go out, please, stay home. But they like not want to listen to me, and also like listening news and stuff. So it was like a weird place. Then I told myself just to stay in my room, and I can only control myself. I cannot control anyone else. I stopped watching news. That helped my anxiety a little, because I was not focusing on the negative. I also had to cut down with some friends because I was like not going out. I shut myself in my room for 3 months, and all I did was I'll tell you what I did. In all these times, I was in constant communication with my father. Every day I was calling him for 30 seconds because he asked me to call him. He never asked me to call him every day for 30 seconds, but in that time he knew that I need to talk to someone. So he wanted to make sure that I'm okay. So I talked to my dad for 3 months, almost every single day. I always call him, just because thinking like, oh, I just need to call him for 30 seconds. But the conversation always go longer and longer, so that helped me. My dad is so positive. He never said anything, and he just said, just stay home and don't go to work. I think he knew what was going on. I'm so grateful to have my dad. And I was told to not work for 2-3 months, and I didn't work for 2-3 months. At the end, I ended up having a break of 6 months, and helped me with my anxiety, rested my body, because I was working for 2 years and I didn't take any break because I wanted to save my break to go to India. And then I went to India for a month. 4 or 5 days went into travel, and there was 25 days. Always you're like meeting new people there, and it's not like a rest time, but I still rested some time in those 25 days, and that helped me a little bit. My anxiety was like here on top. I was so much stressed out, but that gave me a little bit of relief. And then I was back to my work again, and then when I came back to work, it was like November, which is the busiest time of the year where I was working. So I worked November, December. January was like very busy and very frustrating, a lot of issues. So I basically was coming back to the same situation where I was before when I went to India. So I was like, oh my god, I can't work on this job. My body was telling me, my sixth sense was telling me everything. And I was like watching videos on how to quit my job the day before I lost my job. And I was like, is that a good or bad? But when I got to know that, I was very shocked, and I was so scared. I didn't know what to do. When I took 6-month break, it helped me to gain back myself, because I felt like I lost a sense of myself in that 2 years of work, constant work, and just constant dealing with people and stuff. So I felt like it happened for a reason, and it helped me, gave me that break, and I was getting paid because of EI. Not like too much, but like I was able to survive at least. Then I started applying for a job here and there after 3 months, because I didn't want to just stay without a job either. So I started applying after 3 months, but not like too much jobs, but I started applying for jobs. I didn't attend any party in this 6 months. I didn't do any party. I didn't meet so many people. I was just in my room. There's few more things that happened. I can't share that. Basically also was opposite to my mental health, but now I'm here, so that's fine. And the one thing I didn't stop was reading book every single day and listening to positive podcast every single day. Till today, I'm still doing that. I think that put a lot of positive in my mind, and I was ignoring all the negative news and stuff. When everything was negative around me, I tried to put something positive in my mind and avoid any negative conversations or people, because that was the only way out for myself to get better. And it is hard to explain to other people sometimes, what you're going through at the time. It is tough when other people think their own thoughts and judge you based on their own belief system, but you cannot always share what you're going through, so you always need to figure out how you can get out of that situation. Basically, mental thought process. It is. One day I decided to look for my own apartment because I was not able to put up with anyone anymore. Your environment put a big role in your mental health because you need to be around positive people. So what I did, I started going for small walks for 5 to 10 minutes to help with my anxiety, and that did help. I went to gym for a month until it was closed again, and that put me into eating more and eating good food, and I started cooking for myself and started learning new recipes for myself. Mind you, I never cooked in my life when I was in India because I was always living in a PG where people cooked for me and I never cooked for myself. So I took that time to learn new recipes like lentils, carrot curry, and other food that I may make for you guys in future in my videos, and you can see that. So what I did, I took a good attitude and mindset of eating healthy, and I cut down any junk food that I was ordering from outside, and I started learning for recipes as I told you. And I made up my mind to find the job and apartment at the same time. Well, because I was so determined, and I used that positive energy to put it into this, and something happened that week actually. I told myself, no matter what I'm going to find, no matter what, I'm going to find my own apartment and a job before I move to my own apartment. So what happened, I started applying for jobs, like so many jobs, and I started looking for apartment. These are the two things I was doing at the same time, and within a week I was in my own apartment with my own job starting next day. And the week after that I got my PR confirmation, and the week after that I got my PR card, and within the same week I got my new passport. So everything happened in 2 weeks after I made my mind to move from that. Not that the place or the people were wrong, it just wasn't helping me for my mental health. And now I'm in a healthy, positive environment. I wake up whenever I want, I go to bed whenever I want, I cook food what I want, whenever I want, I eat whenever I want, I buy groceries in bulk, and I save trip to grocery store. I started eating on time. I'm grateful to God for helping me through this tough time because whatever reasons. Happy and grateful for my job that I have and the friends that I have, and you guys. Thank you for watching my videos and asking me questions and sending me great letters, which I will share those in a second. I just checked my goal for hitting $100 threshold for YouTube like 2 days ago in December 2020. It was my goal for early 2020. So I want to say that at least it happened, even though it happened after 1 year. And I'm closing the year with 4,500 plus subscribers. Thank you so much, guys. You guys motivated me a lot with commenting on my videos, sharing my videos. I was surprised to see how many of you shared my videos. I appreciated you all so much. That motivated me to make more videos. Honestly, love you so much for sticking with me for years and years. I want to shout out to a few of my subscribers / supporters / friends. I remember any kind of good gesture you showed me throughout this time, and I want to give first shout out to my friend Hitesh and Jenny. They don't watch my videos, but they did help me through this pandemic and this 2020, I would say. And I wanted to shout out to Gurjot, who helped me with my PR questions, and I got to learn so much. I wanted to shout out to Gagandeep, Singh, Avtar Sandhu, Manmeet, Gurpreet Singh Tillon, Arsh Sandhu, Amritpal Singh / Brown Boy, Surinderjeet Singh Sandhu, and Pradeep Chaudhary. So these are the people who, whatever kind gesture they showed me in that time, I will never forget that. And thank you guys for sticking with me and my channel for years and years, and I will always hope that you will always be there and we will have a good friendship. And I hope you guys get to know more about me. And you guys ask me this question a lot, how I keep myself motivated, and I hope you now know what is the reason behind it. And there's few more things I did. I took vitamins throughout this time that really helped me get better inside out. I also read book, had positive people around me in communication with friends and you guys, and I also followed skincare routines, and I learned makeup in these times and learned recipes. So I got to learn so much in this year, even though it was a very unexpected year for me, and I'm sure for everyone else. The motive of this video is to show behind the scenes that happened in my life that I never get to show you, and I hope you get inspired or learn something. And if you have any questions about what vitamins I took or what books I read, if you're going through tough times, comment below and share your struggles. Reach out to me on my Instagram or Snapchat. And 2021 is very close, and I will see you in next year. Happy New Year, guys.